Hey Neil, I was wondering, could you please give me a little more to spend for this month? I really don't think this is enough to last the month.
What the hell do you mean? $500 is the amount that I always give you. Why is it suddenly not enough? Your job as the housewife is to figure out how to make it work.
I mean, I really did try, but prices have been going up a lot lately. Utility fees have also been up on the rise. I seriously doubt that $500 is going to be enough to account for everything.
Do you think you can just get more money from me? If $500 isn't enough, then that just means you aren't trying hard enough to make it work. If it isn't enough, then that's your fault. So pay the extra money from your own savings. You still have some left when you were single, don't you?
I really don't have that much left from back then. That's why I'm asking you for more like this.
Well, why the hell don't you have any savings left?
Because I've been using it to pay for whatever amount that you don't give me. You even told me to pay for your little sister's wedding with the monthly $500 that you give me. How am I supposed to even do that? So I had no choice but to use my own savings, and that was the last of what I had.
Wow. You really are useless, aren't you? How do you manage to use up so much money?
All I did was try to support our family without putting more on your shoulders. But I really can't keep that up anymore. So could you please make some adjustments on our monthly budget? Even $100 more per month would help a lot.
Are you stupid or something? That's not how our society works. Do you think a company will give you a raise if you just ask them for more money? No, you work hard, and the employer decides when the worker deserves a raise. The money that I hand you every month is the same thing as that. If you want money, then go find a job to make it yourself.
But...
You have one job, Becky. Your only job is to make our monthly spending fit inside the budget. You fail to accomplish that and still have the audacity to ask for more money from me? Look, the only reason that you have anything that belongs to you right now is because I supported you. Don't ever forget that, you useless idiot.
Useless idiot? Did you seriously just call me that?
Yes. What's wrong with stating the facts? If I hadn't let you marry me out of the kindness of my heart, then someone like you would have had to stay single for the rest of her life. You should be thankful that I'm even here with you at this very moment.
Hey Becky, did you see the pictures that I sent to you? Neil bought me the best present in the world for my birthday. It's a purse that costs more than everything you own combined. Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah, I saw the picture. That's very impressive, Lisa. Neil has never given me anything expensive as a present before. As a matter of fact, he's never given me a birthday present in general before.
What? No way. Why wouldn't he give you any presents?
Well, he stopped giving me anything as soon as we got married. According to him, it's a waste of money that we could be spending to support the two of us.
Wow, that is harsh. But then again, I guess Neil didn't have much of a choice on that topic. I mean, who would want to give any presents to you? I heard that you're useless at home.
What?
Yeah, Neil tells me all about the things you mess up all the time. I thought you'd start learning from your mistakes, but I guess you're still dragging my brother down. You can't even keep up your spending within the family budget, right?
Do you even know how much I get each month for everything? I only get $500 to pay for all the food and utilities.
$500? Seriously? You're telling me that you think $500 isn't enough to pay for a month's worth of expenses? I mean, how could you not?
Well, it's different for the two of us. You live by yourself at the moment, don't you? How much do you spend each month to pay for your groceries and utilities?
I'd say about $1,500. I absolutely hate doing housework, so I just pay someone else to do it all for me.
Really?
Yeah, but I make someone else do all of the cleaning, cooking, and shopping for me, and it still only cost me about $1,500 a month. If you did it all by yourself, then I'd imagine that you could manage to keep the spending to a third of what I'd spend. I mean, I'm sure that I would be able to do all of that as a housewife if I was in your shoes.
It's not that simple, Lisa. As soon as an unexpected fee appears, the plan for the whole month suddenly crumbles.
You know what I hear? I hear excuses. I would never let out any excuses if I were you. I've only been talking to you a few times and I'm already starting to get annoyed. I feel horrible for my brother for having to live under the same roof as you.
How could you say that to your sister-in-law?
Do not take it personally, but I'm going to use you as a good example of how not to carry out my marriage life. In case you haven't heard by now, me and my fiancé have decided to host our wedding next month. So I'm officially becoming his wife. I'll make sure to take care of our monthly budget flawlessly, and my husband will give me presents every month.
I wish the best for you, honey. Maybe you'll find out how difficult it is to pay for everything with only $500 a month.
You know, I'm gonna be real with you. If you don't step up your game, Neil might decide that you're not worth his time. So if you don't want that to happen, then at least start trying to become a good wife.
Neil, I'm sorry for contacting you on such a short notice, but I don't think I'm going to make it to today's wedding. I've had a fever since this morning and it won't go away, even after I drank some medicine.
What the hell do you mean? Are you trying to tell me that you can't show up to my precious little sister's wedding? What makes you even slightly think that I would allow that to happen? Come to the wedding hall right now, or else.
I really want to. I do. But my fever just reached 100 degrees. I really don't think I'm going to make it through the whole thing conscious.
Do you think I care what your body temperature is? The only thing that I care about is whether you refuse to show up to my sister's wedding and ruin her impression. How do you think the guests are going to react when they see that there's an empty seat at the family's table? They'll think someone purposely refused to show, and that'll ruin the whole thing.
Could you please just set my seat aside then?
No, you're my wife and the bride's older sister-in-law. There's no chance that I'll ever allow you to be absent from this event.
But... Are you seriously telling me to attend a wedding with this kind of fever? I can barely stand up right now, and I'm barely grasping onto conscience as I'm texting you right now. There's no way I'll be able to survive a whole wedding.
Well, then you're not trying hard enough. You have the rest of your life to slack off at home as a housewife, so make yourself useful when it matters for once.
Seriously? Do you think I got sick on your sister's wedding day on purpose? It's not like I can control it.
Shut up. Just go get ready and be here at the wedding hall in an hour. I'll meet you at the entrance. And don't forget about my necktie.
Your necktie? What's wrong with your necktie?
You said that you wanted to stay lying down for as long as possible, so I came along. But I had to tie my own necktie, and I don't like how it turned out. So I need you to come and tie it over again like you always do.
Are you being serious right now? You can't even tie your own necktie?
Shut your mouth. I could if I wanted to. It's just that I've been making you do it for me for a long while, and thanks to that, I've been having trouble making a clean knot.
Can't you ask one of your parents or friends? I really don't think I can make it there today.
What? You want a grown man like me to go to my parents and ask them to tie a necktie for me? How on earth do you think that I will go out of my way to embarrass myself like that?
Then please just try to do it on your own. I'm sure there's tons of tutorials on YouTube about how to tie a necktie.
Do you think I haven't tried that already? I tried to do it myself while watching a tutorial video and it didn't work. Why else would I be asking you to do it for me? I can't attend my precious little sister's wedding with a necktie like this. Just hurry up and come here.
I told you already. I have a 100-degree fever right now.
I've heard enough of your excuses. If your husband tells you to go somewhere, then you shut up and go there. It's not my problem whether you're sick or not. If you can't walk, then crawl. I swear, if you don't come here right now, I can and will divorce you.
You know what? Okay. I finally made up my mind. We're officially divorced, Neil. I cannot take being your wife anymore. I'll be resting for a little more, so excuse me. Once I'm feeling better, I'll go and get a divorce paper so we can sign it and turn it in.
Wait, what do you mean we're officially divorced?
Well, you just said that you can and will divorce me if I don't crawl over to your sister's wedding. So I chose to divorce you instead.
Why the hell would you make that choice? Are you out of your mind? You could just come over to the wedding. Whatever. Fools to be fools, I guess.
I'm confident that staying together with you is more foolish than any other choice. I can't allow myself to keep being harassed by you, and I don't want to be your caretaker for the rest of your life. I'm confident that I'll enjoy the rest of my life, not having to worry about babying you.
What do you mean?
Well then, that's that. So I hope you're able to figure out how to tie your own necktie. You're already a big boy, so you're gonna have to learn how to do it at some point anyway.
What kind of wife refuses to tie her husband's tie and doesn't show up for his sister's wedding? You know what? Fine. I don't care. You're nothing to me now, so leave my house right now.
I'm glad we're on the same page here. Well then, I guess this is a mutual agreement.
Whatever. We both know that you'll be begging me to take you back in a matter of weeks. You're just a housewife who can't make a living on her own. You literally need me, and I don't need you. Even your old workplace wouldn't hire you since you've been away for so long. You'll have no job and no money. And you'll be begging me to take you back before you even know it.
I'll work hard so that doesn't happen. Well then, it seems like the medicine is starting to work, so I'll be going to sleep now. I'll pack my things and leave the house as soon as I wake up.
I just heard the news from Neil. What a shame. You're gonna miss the wedding because of some fever today, right?
Yes, and I just fallen asleep. Thanks a lot for waking me up, Lisa.
Well then, I assume that you've come to your senses after a refreshing slumber. Do you remember that you announced that you were going to divorce my brother? I mean, I get that you were barely conscious because of the fever, but how stupid could you possibly be? Do you even remember saying that?
Of course I remember, and I'm grateful that I got this fever because it allowed me to finally say what I've been wanting to say for the past few years.
Seriously? I think you need to get your brain checked out at the hospital. You never would have gotten close to the life that you live right now if it weren't for Neil. But you throw all of that away because of some stupid reason like this?
I don't know what you've heard from that man, but our marriage was not happy at all. And it's obvious that my life will be way better if I have a new and fresh start without him.
You don't have to act so tough in front of me. I know that you're saying all of this nonsense because your brain is not working right now, but you'll regret it once you'll cool off. You know, I could do you a favor and set up a chance for you to apologize. Your fever is starting to go away, isn't it? Just swallow your pride and come to the wedding already.
I'm sorry, but I seriously don't think that I can make it today. And I need to pack up and leave the house by the end of the day anyway, so I won't have time to go either way.
So you're serious about the divorce, huh? You're more stubborn than I thought you would be. Whatever, I guess you're free to go then. I never considered you to be worthy of Neil's wife anyway. I'm sure he'll appreciate your decision. He deserves someone who is kind, witty, and thoughtful, unlike someone.
I'm sure he does, and I hope he finds someone who can fit his criteria.
Like, seriously, why did he even marry you in the first place? You don't show up to your sister-in-law's wedding and get a fever on top of that. If you can't take care of your spending or your health, then what good are you? Hurry up and sign the divorce paper already.
You don't have to tell me to. I'll be sure that it's signed and turned in by the end of the day. Regardless of the reason, I'm sorry for not being able to show up to your wedding today, and I appreciate that you invited me. I've already contacted and apologized to the groom's side, so you don't have to worry about their judgment of me being absent.
What? Why would you go out of your way to do that? And how do you know the groom's phone number? I never taught you his number, have I?
No, but we used to be in the same class during high school, so I've always known his phone number. Haven't I told you before?
What? No, you have not told me that before. You and Kevin used to be classmates?
Yes, and it's a very long time since I'd last seen him. He was always one of the most social and brightest people that I'd ever seen. I remember that he was even chosen as student body president one time. I was the vice president, so we were pretty close to each other at the time.
What? Wait, you're not joking right now, are you? I've never heard of that story from him before.
I mean, why would he tell you? I'm sure he never even imagined that I would be his fiancée sister-in-law. Well, up until a few hours ago, that is.
What?
Kevin came over to your parents' house to say hi a few months ago, didn't he? Well, I was there during that event, but Neil told me to stay in the kitchen while the guest was there. And I stayed in the kitchen the whole time you two were cooking and cleaning. So I never got to meet him when everyone else in the family did.
Oh, I mean, I can't imagine my brother saying that to you, I guess.
I only got to see a glimpse of his face just as the two of you were leaving, and I was absolutely shocked to see that a high school classmate was marrying my sister-in-law.
Wait, so what did you text him earlier? You only said that you were so sick so you weren't coming, right? Don't you dare tell me that you told him about the whole drama of your divorce.
Wait, did you not want me to tell him? I told him all about me and Neil getting divorced, along with a notice that I wasn't coming to the wedding today.
What?
I mean, Neil is going to be Kevin's brother-in-law, so why wouldn't I want him to give a heads up about the kind of person his soon-to-be older brother is? I just gave him a short explanation about the kind of people you and your brother are.
What do you mean you gave him an explanation? You didn't say anything that would damage my image, did you?
Oh no, I think my fever is starting to go back up again. I better get back to sleep then. I'll see you when I'm better. Have fun with your wedding.
Becky, please, just come back and live with me. Can't do anything and the house is falling apart without you.
What?
I don't even know how to get the washing machine to work. And I'm already tired of ordering pizza. I need your handmade food. Just please come back. I'm begging you.
It's barely been a week since I left Neil. If all you want is an obedient maid, then don't come to me and hire one with your money. And if you can't manage to live alone, then why don't you go back to living with your parents?
I would have gone back if I could. But I can't, thanks to you absolutely demolishing my sister's wedding. They won't even talk to me.
What? What do you mean?
Quit acting dumb. You know what happened. Since you snitched to me and Lisa, the groom called the wedding off minutes before it started. He started going off about how he can't marry someone who can't respect others. He especially shamed me for ridiculing my own wife. And that he didn't even remotely want anything to do with me.
Oh, really? All Kevin texted me was thanks for telling me about something so important. So I had no idea what had specifically happened to the two of you. He did offer to go for a drink sometime when I'm feeling better, though.
Well, I hope you're proud because Lisa has been staying at our parents' house and bawling her eyes out since then. And when I tried to visit, Lisa threw a huge tantrum about it all being my fault. She even said that she never wanted to see my face ever again. Now I'm not even allowed to go back to my house anymore.
Oh, wow, so that's what happened.
Yeah, but I can't do anything around the house. And everyone in my office knows that I got divorced from you for some reason.
What?
Yeah, neither my colleagues nor my boss speak to me unless they absolutely have to. And the treatment that I receive from my female colleagues is absolutely horrible. Well, no matter what I ask them to do, all they tell me is that I should do it myself instead of relying on a woman to do it for me. They even refuse to pour a cup of coffee when I ask them to.
Oh, wow, that must be horrible. I guess you've learned a valuable lesson. Never underestimate the power of a group of females who found a common enemy.
Look, I really am regretting my actions right now. I recognize that I've treated you wrongly throughout our marriage. And I never should have ridiculed you for being a housewife. I finally appreciate everything you've done for me. Don't you want to come back to being in the comfort and protection of me?
Seriously?
You probably haven't found a new job yet, have you? So you can come back to serving me as a housewife and we can have a mutual relationship again. All you have to do is worry about taking care of the house from now on.
Are you kidding? Of course I've already found a job. And it's a really good one too.
What? You already found a job? But you've barely had any experience doing anything for the past 10 years that you were staying at home.
If anything, I've been taking care of you like a baby for the past 10 years, taking care of you at home. And from day in to day out. Why would such a hard worker like me have trouble finding a job? If anything, I got tons of offers from all kinds of different companies. I decided on the best choice that I could find and got in without any trouble at all.
Really?
Yeah, and I think I'm doing pretty well at it too. The work is really fun and the work environment is amazing too. By the way, thanks to you for treating me like a maid for the past decade, I've had absolutely no trouble keeping my order in my house.
But wait, so you have no intention of moving back in with me?
Of course not. So if you want a maid, then I suggest you hire one, because I'm not going back. No, wait, you wouldn't be able to pay for a maid with a $500 monthly budget, would you? I guess you'd finally found out how much the effort from a housewife is worth. Later on, I heard that Neil decided that he couldn't change, so he hired a maid to work for him to do housework. But after trying to make them do as good of a job as I used to, the fee for a month came out to be $2,500. I mean, what would you expect after having 3 meals a day made for you along with cleaning and grooming? After a month, he gave up on hiring a maid. But apparently, everything he wears is crunched up and his tie is just a mess too. I've heard that he's been reported to the security a few times because he looked so unfit for the office.